Anna Navarro scolds Fetterman for going to Mar-a-Lago. She said, I don't love the optics. Well, it's not for her to love the optics, like he's trying to do the right thing and meet the president and give the president his concerns. I think they're more upset about him coming back and reporting that basically Trump was cordial. Trump was friendly, and they don't like to hear these things. They hate when people humanize Trump. I think that's her main issue here. So we're gonna play the clip. We're gonna talk about it, but before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. Has a link to my Patreon. That's where I talk about things that I can't talk about here. There's also a link to my Instagram and my X account, so follow me there as well. All right, so let's get into this news. Now, this comes from the Washington Examiner, and they report that The View's Anna Navarro criticized the optics of Senator John Fetterman meeting with President Donald Trump at Mar-a-Lago. Now, mind you, she called herself a conservative, which is just ridiculous on the face of things. But I said, quote, she said, quote, I understand the need for bipartisanship. I don't love the optics of you going to Mar-a-Lago, she said to Fetterman, as she referred to Trump's home as a palace. She just hates Trump that much. She's so Trump deranged. So let's just get to the clip here. Here we go.
I think I see that as doing my job.
Well said. And I wanted to ask you, so you went down to Mar-a-Lago and met with the president, and he actually was singing your praises after. He said you were fascinating, impressive, a common sense person. I agree with him on that. Not a liberal or a conservative. I'm curious what your takeaway was from meeting with him, and what, if you found that there's any specific policy areas you think you can work with him on.
Yeah, well, I think overall it was a positive experience. I mean, he was kind, he was cordial. It wasn't in any kind of theater. It wasn't trying to get your picture taken to kind of put something out on social media. It was just really a conversation. I actually spoke for over an hour. And overall, my wife was there, and she might be watching right now at home. Hi, Giselle, if you're home. And she was there as well, too. And we just had a conversation. And one of the things, can we agree on? Well, one of the things that was easy, like the Dreamers. The Dreamers, immigration, that. And Giselle was part of that community, and we both had the opportunity to express that. I would also, I'm on the Ag Committee, and I think protecting the SNAP as well, too. Food insecurity is really important issue. And some people on that side wants to go after that or weaponize that. Mm-hmm. So for me, those are kind of issues.
I don't know anyone that's trying to take SNAP away. I think that is an important program to help some people. Some people do abuse it. We would definitely want to take care of that, but it's an important program. It helps people that needs help, and it's not supposed to be a permanent program either. It's supposed to be something temporary to help people. And some people do abuse it.
Other things that we can agree on as well, but overall, it was just a straight up conversation, and I just have a rule: like, I'm going to engage and have a conversation. That's anyone playing it straight, and that's doing my job again.
Mm-hmm. You did,
but they hate that. Anna Navarro can't stand that. She don't want you to be able to go in and talk to Trump and humanize Trump. I bet you. I wish I could see her face, the faces she was making when he was saying these things.
Get a lot of criticism for it from some people who thought you going to Mar-a-Lago gives cover to Trump by creating the solution that he's amenable to working with Democrats.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? He is the president of the United States. Why wouldn't you want to go talk to the man and at least give him your thoughts and ideas? Why wouldn't you try to go and talk to him? So just because you don't like this man, you didn't vote for him, you're not gonna go and you're not gonna hold a conversation with him and try to sway him your way? That's stupid. That's ignorant.
I was very supportive of when people like Mitt Romney and Rob Portman worked with Joe Biden. So I understand the need for bipartisanship. I didn't love the optics of you going to Mar-a-Lago. He was going to, which is his palace. He was going to be in Washington a week later. But what was your goal, and do you feel ultimately you were successful?
Well, here's what happened. I was being lazy on the couch like Friday night, and my team reached out saying, "Hey," and I don't know if this is like a trolling or a hoax, but they extended an invitation. What do you think? I'm like, well, I mean, if they're playing it straight, then I think it's pretty reasonable to have a conversation. Inviting me to engage, and I visited it. So maybe some people would be critical of that, but for me, engaging the president, I think when you're in this business, I mean that's part of the job. Anymore you would criticize Governor Newsom, that received the president there after the fires in California. They are going to find a way to work together. I mean, that's where we are. And I hope maybe you are watching are tired of just like the venom and the hate. And it's like, I'd like more bipartisan kinds of things. And you are going to agree with things and you're going to disagree on things. And right. I'm going to pick my fights. And I'm not going to, and I've chosen not to add to the cheap heat online or go after those kinds of things. I've never found that helpful. And if those kinds of things were helpful, we would be in a different situation. We'd be the ones making those kinds of decisions with the new administration, with then Vice President Harris.
Yeah. Well, Senator, Trump's pardoning of roughly 15.
Before I play the rest of this, I have to say there is some common sense Democrats out there. Fetterman shows that there are some Democrats out there that are middle of the road, and that has no problem with dialogue, has no problem with sitting down and having a conversation with you. And that's what we need. We need more conversations. We need more people willing to talk, to sit across the table and have that conversation with you, even though on most things we don't agree. We still should be able to sit down and communicate.
100 January 6th rioters on his first day back in office is still reverberating. And when we last spoke with you in December, you were critical of Joe Biden having just pardoned his son, Hunter. So although President Trump ran on doing this, there was a discrepancy, and a lot of people in his inner circle said he wouldn't do it for violent offenders. So there was some surprise in what he ended up doing.
Of course not. I'm on record criticizing going after Hunter Biden. And I also agreed that the trial in this city, in New York, was politically motivated, that wouldn't otherwise have been prosecuted if it was someone else. And I've been very front and center in pardons. I chaired that process in Pennsylvania. I was all about delivering second chances, and I was very proud of that. And I think that's really the cornerstone of criminal justice reform is if you are following the rules and you've paid your debt, I do believe you do. I do believe there needs to be a path for redemption. And this process, whether Joe Biden or whether President Trump, I don't agree with many of those pardons, especially on the J6 ones. And I've called that out. I've been on record saying that that's just not true. If you're going to abuse the process, somebody that's been very committed as part of that, has made that part of my career. I think it's sad because it's been politicized, and I think, if anything, that might have set some things back because people assume now, depending on what team's in office, those are the people that get some redemption.
I just for clarification, did you mean that the 34-count case in which Donald Trump was found guilty of various financial crimes was politically motivated here in New York?
I found that when the judicial system gets weaponized and targeted political enemies for political gain, I think that's inappropriate, and I think that degrades our collective trust in this a very important institution. Whether that's
did you see how she framed that? What do you mean? So you saying the 34 counts? It wasn't 34 counts. It was one count. He paid the lawyer 34 times, and they said each time that he paid is another count, which is called stacking, which most of the time you don't normally do. The only reason why they stacked like the charges like that is because he's President Trump. So the whole reason why they did that is so they can call him a felon. They can say, oh, we got charged with 32 different things. Like this is so deceitful, and her framing of the question is ridiculous too.
On a Democratic going after a Republican, or a Republican going after a Democratic one. And I like to think I call it strikes and balls, because the system has to remain impartial. I mean, that's really the cornerstone of our society.
Would that be the way the things worked? Wouldn't that be great if that's the way the things actually worked?
Yeah, there you go. These people, they're just bitter, hateful women. It's ridiculous. I applaud Fetterman for going out there and sitting down and having a conversation with Trump, knowing that it was gonna you're gonna have lefties like the women on The View, not liking what you're doing, but you're going to do the right thing. It's refreshing. It's showing me that there might be some hope for Democrats yet. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Leave your comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe, and check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.